Hi there, welcome back. Welcome to your second lesson of the day. So what we're going to do today, we're going to have a lesson on math and 3D shapes. Now, as you know, we've been talking about 3D shapes quite a lot. We talked first, the first thing that we tried to do, we worked very hard to remember the names of different 3D shapes like sphere, cylinder, cuboid, a cube, and so on and so on. So first we were trying to remember what are their names, and then after that we focused on trying to get to know some of their properties. So here I'm going to use my tried and tested box, my cuboid. Okay, so remember we said that 3D shapes could have sides or faces, yeah, and we counted them. Then where two faces meet, we get an edge. So here's one, then two faces meet here, we get another edge here. Two faces meet here, this is also an edge. So remember, the base is also a side, yeah? The base counts as a side. And then where three sides meet, we get a corner or a vertex, okay? And then we counted yesterday in our class how many sides, how many edges, and how many vertices different shapes have. And what we're going to do now, we're going to continue discovering more about 3D shapes and discovering more facts, okay? But this time we're also going to construct our own 3D shapes using the things we have at our home, okay? So you should have a worksheet that I've sent, which is actually 2 papers, and it's called Popstick 3D Shapes Challenge Cards, which shows you how to make different 3D shapes. But don't worry, we're going to do quite a few now together. Okay, so the shapes you can make are cube, square-based pyramid, cuboid, triangular prism, pentagonal prism, and tetrahedron. Okay, so tetrahedron is like, it looks like a pyramid, but the base is not square, it's a triangle. Okay, so what is the thing here? You have 6 shapes in total. I would like you to make at least 4 and bring them to class tomorrow. And then you can see that here in this corner, you have something you can write. So it says faces, edges, and vertices. So once you make your shape, you need to count how many faces, how many edges, how many vertices it has, and write in the data. Okay, so I'm going to put this a little bit away so I can see it, but it doesn't block how much you can see me. Okay, and let me show you what I have here. So you need basically 2 types of materials, okay? You need something you're going to use to construct the shapes with. So for that, I have chopsticks, so you can use chopsticks. Or, but keep in mind if you use them that your 3D shape is going to be enormous. It's going to be really big. So if you want to make something smaller, you can use matches or toothpicks. If you have those, I don't have toothpicks in my home, but if you do, feel free to use them. Then another thing you can use to construct are these popsicles. I like them because these ones that I have are in many different colors. I like when things are in different colors, so you can use them. So basically this is like very small, very big, somewhere in the middle. And then also if you want, you can use different materials for different shapes. Now, other options are using this thing, cotton buds to clean your, which you should not be using to clean your ears, never. Or you can use pipe cleaners. Okay, so those are different materials you can use to construct, and then these constructing pieces, you need to put them together somehow. So I have 2 types of material that I'm going to try to use. One is white clay. Okay, so I'll try with that. It's the same clay that I used to build my Celtic roundhouse, and it took a very long time to dry, so I'm not sure how well this will work, but luckily I have here some Play-Doh. Okay, so let's begin. So the first shape I can see here is a cube. Now the thing about cube is that cubes, if you remember today, have all edges of exactly the same length, okay? Because I need the same length of edges, I'm going to be using matches because they're all the same length, okay? So if I remember correctly, I'm going to need 12, but let's see, okay? So first, what I need to do is construct a square for the base. So I'm gonna have some Play-Doh here to help me put these things together, okay? So here comes my first angle, okay? Putting them together, trying to put them in the same line, okay? Then this, okay, some Play-Doh at the corner. So what you got from school, you got some plasticine, you can use that. That should be pretty good to put these things together, and feel free to use a lot of it, as much as you need to stick these pieces together, okay? Don't worry, like if you're gonna need it later for a craft, don't worry. Let's try to do this now and right, okay? So you basically go edge by edge. You need to be careful not to lift these pieces up too high in the air, because if they fall down, they're gonna come apart. So let's see if I have my first square here. Okay. Ta-da! It's not holding very steadily, but it's also okay. So now that I have this square, I'm going to put the sides, okay? So, not the sides, but I mean these edges which are like here. So one goes here, one goes here, one goes here, and one goes here. Now what I really like is that this is, as usual, all the activities where you keep your fingers busy. This is also very good for your head because focusing on how to make something helps our brain relax. Believe it or not. This will not make you tired. This will make you more relaxed. Okay, so you need to carefully put these parts together. If you want, you can play some music in the background, if that helps you relax. Okay, so look here. I made this one. Can you see this? I made this one, yeah, square. So I'm now going to connect it here. So what's best is that you slowly go one by one, connecting one by one. Okay, only 2 matchsticks left to put in place, and it seems that I do remember well from yesterday, it does have 12 edges. Now the number of pieces you're going to use to construct is actually the number of the edges that your shape has. Okay, and let's see here. Da-da-da. Oh my gosh, I'm almost done. Just to fix it a little bit so my edges are nice and straight. And oopsie. Guys, I think I have a cube. It's a little bit wiggly, so I'll try just to do it here, to put it here so it's on a stable ground, so it's not moving that much. Yeah, adjust your lines if you need a little bit more Play-Doh. Add it where you think you need it. Okay, so this is my square. This is my cube, sorry. This is my cube, and now I can use it to solve the first task. So the first task is, question is, which a bit unstable. The question is, how many faces does it have? I think my Play-Doh is not very stable here, so I'm just going to add here a little bit here, because this, yes. So you see, you need to be generous with the amount of Play-Doh or clay or plasticine that you're using. Good. Okay, so let's see, faces. Remember, base is a face. Base is a face, that rhymes. Then, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, that would be 6 faces. Edges are all the sticks. Yeah, every stick here, every matchstick is one edge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 12. And vertices where 3 sides meet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Okay, you're going to write this down. Now, I'm going to put this away. Okay, and I'm going to try to build another 3D shape together with you. So let's see what that can be. Should we make a cuboid or a triangular prism? So I think I'm going to try and make a triangular prism. The reason for that is that I want together now with you to make a shape which has edges of different lengths. Okay, so here I'm looking, look, let me show you, at this triangular prism, and it has longer and shorter edges. So let's see how many longer it has. 1, 2, 3. It has 3 long edges and shorter ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so let me see, should I combine different materials or not? I'm going to use this and I'm going to use white cleaners for the long edges, okay? And I'm going to use blue ones for shorter edges, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take these 3 pipe cleaners. This is a bit too long, I think, to use. Well, maybe it isn't. Yeah, it's a bit too long. So I'm going to put them here. I'm going to put all their beginnings together. Okay, straighten them out. So the tricky part with this kind of material is that it's very easy to bend, which means it's also a bit harder to keep it straight. Okay, so I'm trying to straighten it out, and then I'm going to cut it a little bit. I'm going to shorten it a little bit. Okay. Ta-da. But what's the good thing with this material is that maybe you don't need anything to tie this in together. You can just use the edges and turn them around each other. Let me show you how. Okay, so the longer ones, the shorter ones, I'm just going to cut in half. I'm going to have 1 extra. Okay, so I need 6. Okay, 1 more. Half. Okay, so let's see. Let's start with the triangles. So I'm going to make these triangles here. I'm going to start building these 2 triangles. Okay, that's going to be my start. Or should I start with the base? Actually, let's start with the base. Okay, so I'm gonna need 2 of these. This one is later for the top. I'm gonna need 2 of these, and I need to connect them with two of the shorter ones, okay? So I get a rectangle. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to crisscross this a little bit, but then I want to make this angle like this. And then here as well, crisscross a little bit. Yeah, tie them in together. Ta-da! And then on the other side, crisscross. And finally, crisscross. And there I have constructed my base rectangle. So now I want to have two triangles here. No, I could have gone without cutting this actually. Okay, never mind. Now I'm going to now turn this here. Well, actually, these pipe cleaners are very useful for constructing these 3D shapes. Okay, and then here, and actually here I'll try to immediately add this, the upper longer edge, and kind of crisscross all three of these together. So just try not, if you're doing this like me with pipe cleaners, try not to use too much of the length. Oops. And I do the same on the other side. Okay, so this can just go like this, like a little hook. A little hook here. Press. And then the last bit comes to an end. Okay, these two and the top one. Put this away. And guys, look what I've got here. A triangular prism. So the thing with triangular prism is however you turn it around, it's still the same shape. I mean, it's like that with any shape really. Okay, so let's see this triangular prism. How many sides does it have? The base, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 sides. How about edges? Again, the same. How many pieces you used, that's the number of edges you have. So 1, 2, 3 white ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 blue ones. 6 plus 3, 9 edges. Okay, guys, so this is what I wanted to show you. I will now leave you to it. I'll leave you to construct your own 3D shapes and then to complete your tasks. And guys, I would very much love if tomorrow when you come to class, you bring the shapes that you've made. Okay, great. Now, after you're done with building these shapes, we're going to construct another thing in our next video. And believe it or not, this thing is going to also be used for math, but not for our class tomorrow, instead for our class on Friday and next week. Okay, build your 3D shapes, leave them at your desk so you can see them tomorrow in class. Have fun, play some relaxing music, and I'll see you for the third video of the day once you are ready. Ciao!